The web page will now update once daily at 3 p.m. Again, the updates will now start at 3 p.m., allowing DPH officials more time to process and confirm lab and public health lab reports on cases. DPH has reordered some key metrics to make the data more easily digestible, and the website now provides a breakdown of testing based on molecular and serological test, along with the percent positive for each type of test. As well, the demographic charts have been redesigned to clearly present the data in a more user-friendly manner. And before I turn it over to Dr. Toomey, I want to renew a few calls of action. Please continue to follow advice and mitigate your risk of exposure. We're still battling a pandemic, and we need to stay vigilant. Continue to keep your distance, wash your hands, and do all of the other things that we have been saying for weeks and weeks now. A little bit of good news from the last couple of weeks of my urging and others. We are starting to see more patients return for regular screenings, but we're also seeing an increase in more serious diagnoses because people have delayed their medical intervention. So again, I want to all Georgians, don't skip your medical appointments. If you put them off, please reschedule now. Do not take your individual health for granted. There are medical facilities all across the state, whether private practice, hospitals, or the like, are ready for you to come back in a safe way. I would urge you to call them or get in touch with them on the way to do that will prioritize your personal health. Again, we are in this fight together, the fight against the coronavirus, the fight to revive our economy, and the fight to ensure liberty and justice for all. I know for one that I will continue to keep the men and women who these folks, many of them, are managing and have been the last several days on the front line of a lot of dis. And I want to thank them, and I want to thank all of those that are under their leadership, that are out there now, that are at home resting and will be back later tonight, who will be here tomorrow and the next day and the next day, until we can get back to a normal place in this state, in this country, of not having to defend our streets, our citizens, and our storefronts from unruly people. These are resilient people. I've been in here every night with them, long into the morning. If those people that are unruly out there think that we will lay down and we will quit, you are in the wrong state. So thank you. You will continue to be in my prayers. And I will continue to pray for peace and justice and a better and brighter tomorrow. And with that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Toomey.
Thank you very much, and thank you everyone here in the room and behind me for the work that you're doing to keep all of Georgia safe. I've been asked many times today and over the last several days about what could this impact be of demonstrations and mass gatherings on a pandemic. And I think this situation is no different than any other situation we have talked about. When you have this many people gathered together in close proximity, you run the risk of viral transmission. I think you add to that the fact that individuals have come from out of state where they may be have even higher rates of infection and may be bringing it into our state and transmitting it as well. And so I think that we need to be very vigilant. We are proactively doing our analysis of our hotspots, because the situation is here not only in Atlanta, but all the other locations where there have been peaceful protests, but also disruptions. We need to follow that and monitor that. The things that we testing for the demonstrators, and will you do that willingly and gladly for the demonstrators? And will you do that willingly and gladly, we'll set up one or more test sites as necessary to ensure that they are protected and identify any cases early. We are also proactively reached out to Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. Approvals, we are moving forward with setting up testing for her first responders, both Atlanta Police and Fire, and others who may have been potentially exposed. And we hope to do that as early as next week in conjunction with the Mayor's office. And last but not least, I have reached out and hope to set up testing sites for the state police as well as National Guard and others who may be part of this response team. We want to ensure that everyone who may be exposed unwittingly also has access to testing quickly, and that we can assist in this time to mitigate any potential spread from this demonstration. We want to avoid these disruptions, but most of all, in addition, we want to ensure that the pandemic doesn't spread because of this. Thank you so much.